Hello.
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 Are we doing the thing?
We're doing the thing.
The shenanigans.
The shenanigans.
The last time we had a little bit of a Halloween session where the party was challenged to a variety of riddles from the Pumpkagon, a pumpkin dragon.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
Yes, and that began their trip through the Feywild, guided by Bobados, this strange frogling being that is promised to take them back in time.
And we cooked them. Everybody got their answers right. Everybody.
Everybody.
Totally everybody.
Damn.
Everybody.
Except
yeah,
Bobados.
okay.
But after dealing with Pumpkagon, who happily gave his blessing and opened up a path onwards for them, they then encountered a water spirit that really wanted to devour their souls and sent some water elementals to attack them. After dispatching those and sending the Nereid, scurrying home under the water, the party pressed on. Now, of course, the reason for the party being in the Feywild in the first place is they're looking to find aid for the impending invasion of Arkala that, when they left, was only a week away. About in the autumn, or leaving the summer and getting into autumn in Arkala. But they look to go back in time and travel a distance to get to the city of Everbury. Everbury, Adre knows, is actually led by a vampire. Though they know little else beyond that.
Oh boy.
Oh
That's
boy.
right, we're already in deep enough that time travel's the only solution.
Yes.
As you do. As any great anime plot is known to do.
Absolutely. Bobados is facilitating this travel, this strange pathway through the Feywild. The Feywild, for those of you that may not know, has a variety of unique features, being a highly magical realm. Of a harsh difference from Arkala that has traditionally been very low magic. Around here, all sorts of things can happen in any day or night. The moon could take different shades of color. Pixies and fairies could play pranks on you. The plants around you could bloom if you're happy or wither if you're sad. And Bobados says that they have a path that they can travel that will take them back in time. Perhaps giving them more time to do what they need to do to save Arkala. So as the party is traveling, pulling away from the river where they fought the Nereid, Ibn Ixis joins them. A tree begins to shake rather violently. You all notice this. Even Warren, as oblivious as he is, notices the extreme rattling of this tree as suddenly the leaves along the tree begin to retract into its branches. And it becomes very swiftly covered in a blanket of snow. Out of that snow, pop! Ibn Ixis' head rises right out of the snow, sending a flurry splashing everywhere. Ibn Ixis, you climb out of the snow, find yourself about a tree's height above the ground, and you have been rejoined with your party.
So you want to be explaining that there last?
It's just...
Do I want to what now?
Do you want to be explaining that?
Well, clearly, it's just teleportation snow. I knew there was something up with the fishy with that snow. Now I have proof.
Earth wiggles a rapier in their general direction, but are we sure it's not a doppelganger or some other shape-shifting fae?
What is a doppelganger?
It's derived from a couple of old runic words, but in short, something that can take on the form of another person.
Well, what can I do to prove it's me?
I suppose I should go with the cliche and say, tell us something that only you would know.
So I came out of the snow. Gosh, even I still don't fully understand his power. So You know, my dragon companion, Zion.
Okay.
So, in actuality, what I summon is an avatar of him. His true form, he's a mighty dragon who has control over time. And he sometimes lets me borrow that ability to hop around through time as it is. And sometimes I just come out of weird places. I don't know why.
See, that may be something only you could tell us, but it's definitely not something we knew ahead of time.
That's okay. That's fair.
Ophelia kind of looks at Glittis and she's like, to be fair, you've only known us for how long? Not even a day?
Yeah, that's true. We're not working with much here.
Aye. So I suppose we're gonna have to set the bar a little lower. Ibnixus, what was the name of Warren's pet rock?
Rocky.
Alright. That's a good start. Erst jabs a thumb over towards Ophelia. And what is their name?
That's Ophelia.
Very good. And where exactly did your brother go?
I don't have a brother.
Alright, we're good.
Yeah. They're just sitting there like, uh-oh. You'd asked Warren that. Warren's like, I have a brother?
Around you, you notice a gray owl sitting upon a tangle of palm fronds.
We're all doomed, guys.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
And as you look around, you notice that perched up on trees, there are more owls.
Oh.
They look so out of place because they very much do not fit the environment that they find themselves in. As the heat rolls over you and sweat begins to build under your armor and your clothes, as humidity begins to roll in from this sudden shift of climate, these owls that look like they have such thick plumage that would be more suited to a winter climate stand out among the branches and fronds of the tropical area. And they're all looking at you.
Warren just waves.
Awkward.
Hoomsters.
They're hoomsters. Well, aren't these cute little fellows? They're like the little bees, except much feathery.
Is it one of those kind of things where, like, each time we take a step, they keep turning their heads to look at us?
Oh, yes.
Ophelia is going to summon a mage hand towards this owl
Okay.
and poke it from behind to see if it will kind of, like, react to it.
It feels the poke of the mage hand and gets a little bit spooked and goes and flutters away to another spot. Its head on a swivel now.
Audrey's gonna drop a detect magic. 13.
Okay. Need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Of course. 11.
Okay. So, you are, just for the next minute, blinded. This entire area is bursting with magic. Every single tree, every single leaf, every single pebble, and of course the owls as well, are all magical. And so what you see in front of you is a blinding sheet of light.
Oh, God.
That sounds right.
Audrey lets out a cry of shock and a bit of pain, and is just like, God,
However,
damn it,
God, my
shit.
due to the nature of detect magic, you understand that everything that you see, or most of it anyway, falls into two categories: enchantment and illusion.
It's all fake. He just
It's
calls
all-
out to everybody.
It's all fake. Warren just kind of is like, Well, he kind of like kneels down and he starts poking the ground like in various spots. This feels very real to me.
Dirt feels like dirt.
Dirt feels like dirt.
Upon hearing that Audrey said everything's fake, Ophelia's going to chill touch the owl this hour.
Okay, make your spell attack roll.
12.
Okay. The owl drops dead.
Oh.
You freeze it, and ice surrounds its feathers more than even its thick plumage was able to insulate against. And suddenly there's this crackle of ice, and the owl freezes up, squawks one last time, and then falls to the ground dead. The other owls, quite perturbed, begin to all as one flock, take off into the sky and leave.
What did you go and do that for?
Was that necessary? The poor little thing.
I mean, to be fair, one, Audrey said that it was all fake. We had to test it somehow, and I knew you guys weren't going to test it because you guys don't have the heart to kill something like that. And two, they're all staring at us. What was that supposed to do?
Poked it. I could have tested it. I am very durable.
Bobados, which way next?
I don't know, we were supposed to ask the birds this time.
The
homesters! I told you they were homesters!
When? At what time? You're supposed to be someone that knows time, and you didn't open your mouth. So why are you blaming me?
Warren's over there digging a really, like, crappy grave. The best he can do is like, well, I'm gonna bury this bird.
So, go ahead and make a strength check.
Oh, no. I just crushed the bird.
Adri's just sort of standing there with his hands out in front of him, like, moving them around and blinking a lot.
You move the earth very reliably. It becomes tough very, very quickly. And then suddenly, even your strong man hands, your strong himbo hands...
My himbo hands.
As you dig through the earth, find a surface rather swiftly that you are unable to pierce through. It doesn't take you long to catch something shiny underneath the ground. Opalescent. Pearlescent. The more dirt that you wipe away, the more you find that there is a completely... Well, not completely flat. It has kind of a ridged, gentle kind of ridged surface just underneath the dirt. Only a couple of inches deep.
Okay, so Warren's just gonna... He's like, all right, here goes nothing. And he takes out his hammer. And he's gonna basically pickaxe at this at this barrier as hard as he can.
Okay, roll an attack roll.
Oh boy. He's gonna two-hand this bad boy. Wow.
Spits in each hand, takes his hammer. Ooh.
21.
You surprisingly beat its AC.
What?
Oh,
I'm a fight god. The planet.
You were on the path to.
AC of this being a hardness level, effectively.
Oh, okay.
right.
The hammer comes down. Go ahead and roll damage.
Oh.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. 12
Okay.
bludgeoning damage.
Very nice. I'm assuming you're not smiting.
No, I'm not smiting the planet.
Okay, because I see the radiant damage there. I'm
Is it the radiant? Oh, yeah. It just rolls in with the smite, just in case
That's
I
fine.
do smite.
So, the hammer comes down, and there's a crack of material, and you see very, very quickly that your strike has broken up. It looks like several thin layers of this stuff. And as you pull the hammer back, you can see that in the space that you've dug out, there are now effectively cracked tiles of this opalescent material.
Oh, well, I wasn't expecting to fight the planet today, but here goes nothing. And so he just keeps
Whack the planet.
Yeah, just keeps whacking at it, whack the planet.
So you start whacking, and just as the rolls are kind of suggesting that the more you, for lack of a better term, dig with your hammer at this thing, it seems like the harder and harder it gets. Not only is other material getting in the way, and you're fracturing other pieces of this, but it seems like you are getting several other layers down. And that's the thing that strikes you, is that these are layers. It looks like they're this gently ridged layers of this material that you're slowly breaking through.
I think the planet is fighting back. We might want to leave. It seems to be getting a little harder and harder to punch through. I don't know which god this bird followed. I don't know. Do birds follow gods? It doesn't matter. I'm sure one will answer. And so then he says a generic prayer that the bird may find passage to whatever afterlife he's supposed to go to.
Okay. You say your prayer. And as if a great voice answers, there's a rumbling that passes through the ground.
Uh-oh.
I ate too many of the mushrooms.
I ate too many of those mushrooms.
I would like you all to make a... let's start with a perception check. Coming from that direction, behind you,
Okay.
there is an upheaval of land.
Uh-oh.
Something is rising. It is generally kind of oval in shape. And as this thing rises, it looks like one massive mound is rising up. And at the edge of it, there's a, huge but slow ripple to the outline of this thing that is rising. The light catches it, and you see as Earth begins to tumble away, more of that pearlescent substance being revealed as Earth far in the distance begins to pull away from this rising mountain. It goes up and up 50 feet, 100 feet, 200 feet.
Did you just try to beat up a elemental?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
An elemental? What are you talking? And then he turns around, sees the thing. I was like, oh. I'm sure if I just explain the situation, I'll just apologize. It'll be fine. It wouldn't be the first time I've had to apologize for breaking something.
300 feet. A shadow begins to fall over the land as whatever this is not only rising, but beginning to move over you.
I'm sorry.
I think we need to leave now.
Like a massive chest lid. Slowly there is a rumbling as an avalanche of land and dirt and earth and palm trees begins to close in like a
rain cloud, coming closer and closer. What do you do?
Run? Should we run?
Run.
Yeah.
You run.
You should run.
I would like you all to make athletics checks, please.
Oh my god, I've waited.
Wait, this is my time.
I got a literal 0.
Oh no! Alright, if I get a high enough roll, can I go just pick up Adre and run with him?
If you get a high enough roll.
Oh boy.
Athletics, here we go. I'm gonna let everyone else roll first.
No.
Above us is pretty fast.
The second
How
time
did I do that? I got like a -1.
Yeah, a -1 is strength. So, Warren, you grab Adre under his old man waist and you pick him up and you all start trucking it. And as you are running away and away and away from this upheaval of land, going away from the great avalanche, it begins to rumble and a loud, thunderous, rolling sound begins to follow you. You can't even spare a glance backwards. What you notice, however, strangely, there's no other birds that are being uplifted by this, and slowly but surely the palm trees begin to disappear out from ahead of you. They simply vanish in puffs of smoke, replaced by just a layer of earth. That is
like, I told you.
All you hear, aha, I told you, up just above the rumbling earth that is following you. Further and further, and you're running, and slowly the rocks begin to overtake you, slamming down around you, creating big craters of burst dust that rise up into the air and cloud your vision. I need you all to make another athletics check for me.
Oh no.
I'm sorry,
I
Earth
need
God, I
to-
didn't mean to.
Question.
We're done
Yes.
for.
So wait, does it seem like this thing, as it's getting up, the rocks are just falling off of it, or is it actually like actively throwing rocks at us?
It is an effect of this thing pulling up and earth coming down from it.
Okay.
So it's
Okay.
it's more of an avalanche approaching us, sort of.
Yes.
Landslide.
Okay.
Landslide God, calm down. We can talk this out.
You're doing better. You run. Warren, you're still holding onto Adre. Ibn Ixis, you start using your wings to give you extra speed as you flee from this rising and on-rushing tide of rocks and displaced dirt as you realize that this thing, it's not just rising, it's coming over you. Soon, a great dark shadow overtakes you, and you realize that whatever is coming, you are now underneath. It rises.
All right.
Slowly,
First,
the pearlescent light begins to fade as it obscures the sun above you. What do you do?
First, in the midst of the jog, half turns to the rest and shouts, "Stand and fight or talk, or keep running."
Earth God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to make you mad. We can talk this out.
You just hear while she was running, she just literally yells, "Fuck your words! Keep going!"
Ahead of you, you see a tangle, a strange, otherworldly tangle of these straight trees that all kind of bend in all different directions, but none of them have leaves. They end in these strange points. You run, you run, you run. You're getting closer and closer. You're almost there. The rocks are just upon you. As they fall, I need you all to make dexterity saving throws for me.
Oh no.
Okay.
I may just
You
throw
said saving throw,
Adre.
right? I just wanted to make
Yeah,
sure.
the saving throw, yes.
Okay.
At long last, my good save.
My good say. Oh, dang, yeah.
And that's a natural 20 for
There
it
we
as
go.
well.
Got 25.
Okay. 8,
Okay.
16, 17, 26, 25. We're waiting on Warren.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, can I just chuck Adre?
What?
Make your dex save first, and then we'll see.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
So you two got the lowest. As
meant,
the
like-
earth begins to rain down upon you.
Use my dex to just throw him forwards so he doesn't take damage.
Okay, in that... You
That
throw
way,
him,
I'll take
and
the damage
he
and
runs
he doesn't.
into
Into a rock? Oh.
a rock that is falling and takes the damage, rolls, and then continues on. You will both take 5 bludgeoning damage.
I tried.
You did a try. Adre, you're now
You
on
did
your
try.
own. You have to quickly get yourself up and start running again. I need one last round of athletics checks as you guys are hoofing it. Your lungs are burning as this avalanche is coming closer and closer. The shadow is lowering over you. These strange trees are just ahead of you, and they look so thick, but you're going to have to push through them in order to potentially escape.
Doing so
Athletics.
well.
13, 9, 12. We're doing good so far.
Can I roll con on it instead of strength?
So I'll let you do a acrobatics check if you wish.
Dex instead?
Sure.
I mean, okay, that works too.
That works too.
All right, let's get this reloaded. There, very good.
Okay. Good, you all passed. So, bursting from the shadow, you just managed to outrun it. You come to these trees. They are strange and a reddish color of pink that you see are waving up ahead of you. Each of you, in turn, crashes through them in any gap that you can find. And there's a moment, a mad struggle as you push past these tendrils that are strangely fleshy and wet. And then you get past them and you're back out into a forest. And behind you, there is a great rush of earth and wind. I need you all to make one last saving throw, and this time it is going to be a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
13, 12, 4, 12.
Well,
1 for a 4.
Please don't
okay.
barf on me.
Good news for all of you that managed to get a 12. You managed to quickly find cover and hold your ground. Ibanixis and Ophelia.
Okay, wait. Is there any way that I could instead take the damage for somebody else?
If you roll
if
a
we get into
dexterity, you could potentially save one of them. If you roll high enough, you may be able to get in front of both.
Well, Warren, let me just say, you are literally our tank. If you take all the damage right now, we're not even in combat. We're fucked if we get into combat.
Yeah, but I've got healing
fine.
hands.
Yeah.
Like I've got ways to like heal myself and get like all this other stuff. I'm trying to make sure that all the damage dealers can like survive to combat.
That's a good thing.
All right, so what was that?
The jazzy.
Dex save?
Don't worry.
Dex save.
Don't worry. If they hit 0 HP, you'll, no matter how far down they are, you can bring them up with just a single touch of healing.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, 21. That's really good. So that'll be enough. You manage to grab Ophelia as she begins to tumble, and you move over to Imanixis, who you see is also beginning to tumble. You grab her, and with your shield on your back, you hunch over and hunch down, and you manage to resist this sudden gush of wind. It is hurricane force that rushes past you and clears away several of the trees above you. The rest of you hunker down, resist, and hold on to your ground. And after a great gust of wind, the world calms, and there's a silence.
Oh, that was a close one. Are you two okay?
Ibanixis just like lets out a breath and just kind of like collapses onto the ground, like, oh,
Oh,
that was exhausting.
Ophelia
Wings
kinda, like,
hurt.
she dusts off her clothes, and she's like, as good as I could ever be after doing more exercise than I've ever done in my entire life.
What in the 9 holes and 12 bonfires is wrong with this place?
It's the big one.
Looking behind you, you see the writhing cilia of a now closed gargantuan clam.
Oh.
Its
That makes
pearly
sense.
shell, rugged and rough on the outside, still covered with specks of dirt. You now see the top side of it. You just escaped an impossibly huge and impossibly magical clam.
First squints and sort of tilts her head, and then breaks out laughing.
That must make the most
damn
delicious.
Feywild.
That would make some amazing seafood.
I managed to get out of the clam in time.
Let's go the clam in time.
You're still walking through humid jungle, but now you are hearing the tweets of birds and chirps of insects and the croaks of frogs. Also the farts of Bobados as you press forward and make your way through this strange Fey jungle. You do eventually break into what looked to be a set of ancient ruins. Vines overgrown, stone toppled, walls collapsed and turned to dust, and whatever this was before, almost completely taken over by the wild nature of this jungle. Inside, you see that there are still several structures standing, a couple of plinths and archways, a couple of polished stone spheres that now have a variety of algae and moss growing upon them, as well as one very large statue that resembles vaguely a man wearing a robe.
Is there any way that Audrey can kind of like peek into the spell itself?
You take the time and you begin to push into the arcane matrix to try to figure out what the heck's going on. And you can see very quickly that it appears that the two spells are working together. Both of them have the same purpose, and that is preservation.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Audrey just kind of turns his head to Orist and goes, I think this is actually him.
I beg your pardon?
It's got an enchantment and necromantic spells on it woven together to hold whatever this is in stasis.
Huh. Now you're sure that it's an effect working on the statue itself, rather than being an enchanted statue that's enchanted to a purpose.
Am I? Really?
Well, you could ask it.
Wait, what?
Ask the statue.
Its eyes have opened and it's looking at you.
Oh,
No, that doesn't seem typically
Andre
correct.
just sort of like cranes his head up to look up at the eyes.
Oh, this
Erst
is
follows
much
his
better.
gaze.
Am I right?
Can move.
There's a pause before the mouth begins to move. And it says, "Indeed, young one, you stand before the great mage Waffles Bell.
Waffle spell.
Warren, I blame you for this still.
Andre lifts a finger at first and says, "That is the first time in the last 60 years someone has called me young man."
Bobados's eyes like widen. He's like, Waffles Bell? The spaghetti guy? Really?
Sounds delicious.
Yes. The inventor of incredible spaghetti recipes and even more dangerous dungeons.
Oh, I read that book as a kid. It was amazing.
You honor me, young frogling.
He thinks I'm young.
Oh, this is great. This is too perfect.
Ward, come here. Come here. Come here.
Okay,
Ward.
okay. Comes here.
Oh no.
Lift me up. Lift me up.
Warren lifts him up as high as Warren can go.
It's the circle of life.
It's so great to meet you.
Indeed, though this is the second time we have met.
I know, right? They're doing so well.
Is this a
You
god?
can see a bit of consternation like furrow this stone being's brow. No. You came out of my dungeon a little while ago, but now you are here.
Where
Andre.
you step from. That's right.
Bobados, is there something you want to be telling us?
Well, so the thing is, guys, we gotta go back to go forward. And I know I've explained that before. But
Aye.
he has to go back for us to go forward.
So we just
Sometimes
push
we
him
don't
over?
do that. No, he has to do it on his own volition.
I believe I see what this frogling is trying to do. And I cannot in good conscience perform the act of which you speak.
Is it
You
because you have
wish
statue?
to enter my exit hole.
Total straight face on Earth, not a crack.
A crack.
I see what you did there.
oh no.
Well, then, if
I
you won't-
stand here before the gates to my final dungeon.
Warren leans over to his right, like looks behind him, expecting to see a gate.
You see two gates, one on either side of him.
Oh, those gates. Oh, okay.
Wait,
These
those-
things.
Yes.
Oh, so we just
Well,
have to
I
walk
suppose
through
that
one of
makes-
those.
No, you gotta enter through the exit.
Well, which one's the exit?
Bobados just kind of points at the statue.
Earth Ernst rubs her nose for a second. Has herself a deep breath.
Oh.
And lets it out. So you're not quite comfortable with us going in through the exit, you say?
It would be quite the intrusive violation.
Oh my god.
Now, I do
Andre
understand
just
that.
being a bit of a dick, hands Orist a small vial of oil.
Ernst,
Oh, sorry.
Ernst nods, and straight-faced as she can manage, keeps that aside. Thank you, Andre. I'm sure that'll come in handy. Now I understand your concern, but I assure you it will not make you any less of a dungeon guide, or nor a statue, nor a dungeoneer, for you to do things, in reverse of how you're used to them.
I've never done a dungeon in reverse. That sounds quite exciting.
Indeed, if anything, it requires something of an adventurous spirit to attempt something like this.
There is a rumbling as the statue begins to move, and it holds its hands out in front of it, as if displaying some large bowl, an invisible bowl in its hands. And as it does this, points of light begin to illuminate in front of it, and they connect with tiny little silver threads, and that connection grows larger and more complex, becoming an orb of interwoven connections where threads tie together and loose ends are snipped away. He displays this matrix as he explains in his deep, gravelly voice. What you are asking of me is to rearrange the dungeon that I have created as my last and final piece. To reverse the entire matrix upon which it is built. For you to enter the final room and exit out of the first. The matrix slowly rotates and you see little green lines of energy passing through some of the connections, the roots that go from one to the other. Physically, this would be impossible, but with my great arcane knowledge, it would be simple. It would explain why the Bobados I met before looked more ragged than the one before me. And yes, you were there too. Some of you, maybe all of you. Would entering the final room of my last dungeon, my great piece of legacy, of all of my life's work and experience, you would besmirch this by doing it backwards. All for the sake of saving yourselves time. But what are you willing to sacrifice?
Time.
Well, I mean, there's really there's 2 points that bear making. The first is that if we already emerged previously, then it would seem that this is something that we're going to be doing one way or the other. I mean, it's not. After all, you already saw us out. But on the other hand, I think that you should try to view this as an opportunity for your great and grand artistic vision to be seen in a light that it's not usually seen in. This will allow it for it to be truly appreciated as an artwork from every angle. What we can offer you is a fresh perspective on a dungeon that is
Silence! You assume that I crafted dungeons as pieces of artwork. Nay, I crafted them to harvest the souls of the adventurers that would come in, and also to house those of my friends of the Lizardmen tribe.
Well, that's
You
a little
speak
different.
of artwork and appreciation, but I seek only your demise.
I have a question then. if your dungeons, which no normal dungeons are designed to kill us, then wouldn't putting us at the end room have a higher success rate because we would have gotten less of the journey and adventure and experience in order to deal with the end of the dungeon?
He pauses. The Matrix disappears in a flash of light, and he slowly crosses his arms with a great rumbling and grinding of stone, and he tilts his head a little bit and thinks about that.
Warren with the accidental armor-piercing question.
Yo.
He has his moments.
I didn't. So.
Piercing stupidity.
It all makes sense now. It would have been so much more efficient to just throw one great monster or leader or enemy or titan against any party that was not prepared for it. It doesn't matter if they have magic or some great ability if they are just squashed in one go. Then I would feed on more souls faster. Instead of this rigmarole of great thought and traps, swinging blades and spitting darts.
But Butters is like quickly becoming terrified. No!
No.
You gotta finish what you started, just like we do!
Uh-oh.
You're right. I must. And in doing so, I shall grant you your wish. You will enter my exit and face the final demons of my last dungeon first. Are you prepared, adventurers? And he opens his arms and the great matrix lights up again before him. And you can see red lines striking from one mote of energy to the next. They collide and twist, and the entire matrix is turned inside out in impossible ways before finally righting itself and glowing a soft blue. The gates behind you flare to life, both of them emanating a soft purplish glow. Go on then. Travel backwards. We will see if all of you are the same when you come back out in the past.
Earth nods. Very good. We
Warren's-
thank you for your willingness to experiment.
And you find yourself stumbling as you come through. At the outside of a ruined wall, on top of a gently sloping hill. Takes you a moment to get your bearings, but you quickly rally yourselves and you hear a chanting from ahead. Many voices, a dozen or so, chanting in some strange language as the light from a very large fire casts strange shadows all over this, what looks to be a ruined temple. There is a chant in Draconic that, for those of you that know Draconic, sounds like rise, rise, sun god, rise, rise, sun god, burn everything in your path, bring life to our beings.
Another god? I haven't heard of a sun god. Oh, wait.
That's all I needed to hear. Andre starts to cast a spell.
Yeah, that's about right.
Okay, what do you cast?
Rain.
Fireball.
Jesus.
Right
Okay.
there.
Right there.
With
The
necrotic
sun god
energy.
is about to get, like,
I'll go-
really big.
I'll go
No,
ahead
it's
and draw.
necrotic energy type.
Oh,
Ah.
Yep.
right.
Riley, I cast Enemies Abound. I need it to make an intelligence save.
Oh,
Oh.
It's fine. It's got a -1.
All right. So here's how this works for you in the audience.
Oh no.
Urist reaches out through the song of the world and into its mind, and after this damage has been done, the giant fireball of necromantic energy explodes. Urist clouds its mind with the simple notion it is under attack. Enemies surround it everywhere.
Just get him,
That's it.
guys. Get him.
The Lizard Chief is up next, and the Lizard Chief is going to let out a
That's right.
loud,
Exactly.
guttural battle cry. So, each creature within 30 feet of him, this one, the Myrmidon, and this one, as well as himself, are going to have advantage on their next attacks.
oh boy.
Neat.
He is then going to bound across his, rushing through the flames and bounding across the stone steps to get into combat. He is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and 30 to get to here to hold the line against these intruders. Is going to spot Ibidixus to his side, but he's going to throw his attack at Warren.
Oh boy.
What's he wielding?
He is wielding a big old sword. So here it comes.
A sword with reach?
No, it does not have reach. I'm sorry. He has a. Shoot! I can't hit you because I can't range it. Dang it!
Wait,
I thought you accidentally just said sword instead of glaive. I was like, oh, he's probably the glaive, no problem.
yeah, I was gonna say
My
a sword on a
God.
stick.
Sword
Yeah, like, I was like, it's not glaive.
He
So
just
he's gonna-
throws
he's,
it at
he's
me.
gonna draw and throw a dagger at Warren.
Oh,
That's what he's
perfect.
gonna do. So,
Oh,
one,
still a 12.
That's
Yeah,
still a
so
hit.
we'll have to roll differently for that one.
That's-
So yeah, that would not hit either. So that is his turn. Then the next thing up is the giant fire snake.
It is.
Now I get to my fun stuff.
See.
Mr.
Is it like-
Mr.
Is it like
DM.
actually made of fire?
Kinda. So
Just
you're
curious.
thinking, Barry, you're thinking of the Myrmidon, the elemental. That one's next.
Oh yeah, my bad. Yeah.
So the snake
This
that you
is a
guys
snake.
see all the way over in the
I
corner
thought he
of
was
the,
comf.
of the dungeon.
Why he not
He's
comes?
gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and see what's going on.
It's
in
like,
here.
what the heck is going on in my living room? Jesus.
Honestly, it kinda
Would you
is.
assholes keep it down?
Yeah,
I was
really.
vibing over here.
Let's see. Does it have range and sight?
Oh no.
Doesn't have
No?
sight. Ibnixus, roll a stealth check.
Isn't he? It'd
oh,
be by
hold on.
behind a wall.
Yeah, but seeing if it senses her or not using
Oh,
its
okay.
passive.
23.
You're fine.
You're
Okay, yeah,
fine.
you're totally
You
Uh,
giggling.
can't
You're going.
really see beyond any of this just yet, so it is unfortunately just going to have to end its turn right there. That's fine.
Because I get a +10 to stealth. It's great.
It's great.
Mr. DM.
Mr. Dio.
The answer is no.
Oh.
Aww.
Oh.
What's your question?
What is a reaction something that can happen, like, regardless if it's your turn or not?
Correct, yes. You only
Yes.
get
Okay.
one reaction per turn.
Okay.
Is there a
'Cause-
reaction that you would like to do?
Yes.
Okay.
Because Bobodos got hurt,
Okay.
he has the ability Misty Escape.
Oh.
You can vanish in a puff of mist in response to harm.
Okay.
When you
So,
take damage, you can use. I mean, I could click it if.
yeah, go ahead and click it and let's see it. Make sure we do it all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. 60 feet away. So, where would you like to go that's 60 feet away?
Let me pull out the little handy dandy Bobodos measuring tool.
Oh,
The Bobodos field manual.
Copyright Bobados 1847.
It's
Copyright
it's
Bobados.
just
Oh.
literally like one of those Fat Max tape measures, but it has a frog sticker stuck on it.
It like covered like right here. Can I?
Okay.
Right there. It's
So you're
like
gonna pop over
45
there.
feet. Yeah.
And you're going to be invisible. So you will remain
Nothing.
invisible until you attack, or I believe cast a spell, or certain things like that.
Okay.
So that's where you are.
You
That's
said
going back a little way.
Bobados.
That's when you took the second javelin. Poof! Bobados disappears from.
No,
your
he
very
died.
eyes. He's gone. We're
God,
screwed.
Pop!
Yes.
Out of existence.
Now, the fire myrmidon. So
Well, it is,
You're doing a
it has
spook.
to flee.
it failed its check and must flee. However, doing so would cause it harm.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm stuck in this bowl, guys.
If you would like Ophelia, you may make a Arcana check to figure out why this Myrmidon is not running away.
It's just curling up like, please don't hurt me.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna get high enough, but we'll find out.
Let's find out. 18.
Oh,
Okay.
18.
So, there is some magical effect that has either sealed or is allowing this fire elemental to exist here within, and I'll kind of move him to show you, within this bowl at the top of the temple. Now, what he will have is disadvantage because he is frightened because of your effect.
He's spooked.
So the advantage from Battle Cry goes away, and now he's just attacking normally. But because he cannot move, he's not necessarily charging anybody.
Uh-oh.
So instead, what he's going to do is he's going to summon a flame javelin,
Uh-oh.
and he is going to launch it.
It's like a fireball, but a
Warren.
javelin.
Yes.
Oh,
exactly.
baby!
It's a flame spear. So here's the roll. It is a 22.
Barely. Barely hits me.
Damn.
It is going to do
Is there a saving throw involved?
no saving throw.
Okay.
It's a weapon strike that also will do 1d10 fire damage.
Oh, sweet.
So it's 11 damage total, 5 of which is fire damage.
Alright, I am not immune to fire damage. Or resistant. But I will take
So
my 6 whole damage.
your 6 whole damage. It'll be 11 damage total.
Yeah, I have 10.
Oh, that's right. So it draws out this
Ophelia.
long javelin out of fire that looks like it has some sort of coal-like shaft in the center that is alit, and it raises it, and out of fear, it throws it at Warren. It can't see the object of its fear, Ophelia, at the moment, so it hucks it at Warren. It collides right into Warren's side and then bursts into flame, sending soot and ash all up around him.
Warren's just like,
quite
"Oh!"
the cloud of caustic material.
Slow turns. He's like, excuse you, I'm having a fight over here. Wait your turn.
It just goes, which fucked up my throat. All right, so that's its turn. Oh god.
Yeah.
It gets to do that 3 times.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Alright, guys, I might be a smudge on the floor here in a minute.
So here's the second attack.
Oh, God.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Here's the damage. So
Oh.
that's 14. And then here's the third one. Does an 18 hit?
No, I like turn back around, get hit again, and I'm like, sir! And then he does the second one, I just slap it away with my shield. Stop!
The last one goes away and poofs into smoke along the ground. But that's a big multi-attack. It just yeeted these fiery spears at you. Okay, I'm glad that I read that. Now I feel a lot better about my chances. Bobados,
Yeah.
it is your turn now.
My time is no.
My time has come.
I would like to cast Arms of Hadar.
Okay.
wait, no. Cast
Yep,
up what level?
slappies.
Is it? I believe it's a third. No.
Yeah, you're always going to cast at your highest level. So.
Okay.
Is you a warlock?
I got a third level?
I believe so. Yes.
Okay.
Yep. Third level. Okay. So DC strength save. Let's see. So and batter all creatures within 10 feet of you. Oh God, I see what you're doing. Okay. As well, bust out a ruler. So yes, it'll strike there. It will strike the snake, and then both of those as well. Oh God. Okay.
Slappies.
Well done.
So that is 18 points of damage that they're trying to avoid. So we're going to start with the elemental. It needs to make a strength check. Right? Strength. Strength saving throw. Oh, strength saving throw. Yes. Okay, so here it is for the elemental. Gets 12, so that's a failure, so it will take the 18 points of damage. Alright, the next one to go will be... We'll do the lizards next. They have a strength of +3. So, here's the first one. Does succeed. On a successful save, the creature takes half damage, but suffers no other effect. Okay, so half damage for that lizard that's right below you, and then full damage for the other one. So, it's how much damage? 18? Okay, well...
Okay, well...
this one takes 9, that's right south of you. The other one dies. Now, the elemental, it says, fail save, and can't take reactions. Okay, so it can't take reactions. Then finally, the snake is strength +3. Which is 9, which is also a failure. So it's going to take 18 points of damage, but it does not die, because it is a chunky boy.
This is a chunky snack.
It is. It's a big snack. So it is. That is all of that resolved. It cannot take reactions, and the elemental cannot take reactions either. So, anything else you want to do with your turn? You are now no longer invisible because you have attacked.
Yeah. Yeah, Bobados is just like cackling, like he's like, and his eyes are a very happy shade of bloodlusty red.
Oh,
Delightful. How playful.
Okay.
You messed up my MG+++ game.
Yeah. The lizard chief is up next then. And he sees, because I have advantage against Warren, but Hadre is right there.
Before anything else, that if he's got a green dot on him.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so roll the
acid
2d4.
damage.
Sorry, roll.
Okay. That's it, right? That's 10
That
radius?
is it. Yep. Well, that's a radius of 15. That's a radius of 5, so it actually needs to be slightly bigger.
I want this still affect both of them anyway.
Yeah, it actually would.
Okay.
And it won't hit Bobados. Yep.
Yeah. Even if it was one more bigger, it still wouldn't have hit Bobados, I think.
Yep.
Correct.
Alright, so Ophidius can move right here. And, hearing all the screaming and yelling and freaking Warren just, just yelling at everyone saying, don't worry, I'll take the hits out. Don't worry, I got this out.
It's my job, it's what I do.
Ophidius starts, her hair starts to, kind of, flicker with little bits of, lightning.
Okay.
As she comes off an inch off the ground, as her skull kind of hovers in between both her hands. As you guys start hearing very loud cracking, as in the distance, all you hear is a big shatter. As I cast, shatter at 3rd level.
Okay,
So
roll it up.
I'm going to need that snake and the fire Myrmidon to make con saving throws.
Okay. So we'll do the Myrmidon first. It's a 19.
So you would take half damage.
He'll take half damage, and then the snake actually rolls the same. It's a 4.
Okay, so normally, since it's a 2nd level spell, they would take 3d8 thunder damage. But since it's 3rd level, it's 4d8.
Roll it up.
1d6 can I cast it through my skull?
Oh.
So 14.
Jesus.
So that's
Okay.
15, and then a d6.
And then add the thing. Uh-huh.
So that's 19 total damage.
19. So the Myrmidon will take 9. And the Sneck will take the full 19. And yeah, no, that. Blah.
Oh my god. He's
The
he'll,
Sneck goes down
he'll
after
never
the
be
shatter
Trump again.
strikes him from the side, and this blast of magic sends some of his scales flying off of him, just straight up, and then bones crumbling. The internal bleeding from Ibnix's shot and this shatter spell kill him outright, and with a slow slump, his lithe body splats to the ground.
We just hear Ophelia say, "Good fucking riddance," as she kind of steps back to hide again.
Very good. Okay. So, Adre, you're up next.
Adre, while the chief's back is turned to him, reaches into thin air and pulls out a crackling black whip of necrotic energy and flings the far end of it across the area to the fire elemental,
Okay.
snapping it like a bullwhip.
Well, crap!
So he has to make a intelligence saving throw.
It's smart time.
Oh no.
So they will take the 10 psychic damage,
Okay.
and it cannot make a reaction until the end of its next turn. As well, on its next turn, it can either move, act, or use the bonus action, but not any combination of them.
Okay. So, stacking those debuffs on
Yep.
this fire elemental. Alright, very good. So, that brings it to the fire elemental.
So now, quick question.
hmm
Y'all are gonna think I'm insane. Can Ivy try to get its attention this time?
How do you try to do that?
She picks up a rock off of this ruined wall and throws it towards the elemental like, hey, you
look at me."
stupid little candle, over here.
Oh.
Okay.
Eris has had an effect on us all. We're all just throwing out.
Gonna make a wisdom save, and it is going to
Oh.
fail horrendously. So, yeah, it turns its attention to you.
Excellent.
What would that?
So, the fire elemental, all of the bodies of the lizard folk litter the ground around you. The giant snake with ichor still dripping out from its wounds. It knows that those that were worshipping it have all been destroyed. And in its anger, it is going to exact a retaliation against you all. There is a crackling that goes all across the stone bowl that it is in, and begins to emanate and split down the side of the large plinth that it is on top of. These lines running and looking a little bit like lightning, the way they crack the stone and glow with an incredible inner heat, dipping deeper and deeper and running in all directions. They reach out towards your feet, where you feel this incredible, unbearable heat rising up from the floor.
Uh-oh.
And there is a great eruption. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
Can I dexterity
Boy.
throw Bobados out of the...
Potentially. Let's see what you roll.
Okay.
The old man does a goddamn backflip.
Hey,
As a quick reminder,
I had that
Warren
inspiration.
does still.
Yeah.
You remembered.
Yeah. Dang.
My dice didn't roll for some reason, but I got 24.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I might.
Oof,
All right, well.
worst.
Bobados might be fine. I might be.
Jeez. Yeah, I
down,
think
Mr.
Bobados is
President.
going to be fine. Yeah.
Oh.
You
Yeah, you're gonna want to inspiration that one.
Oh, ignore that.
Okay, I will
Sorry.
ignore that.
Yeah. But no, Ziot got a 24.
That's an 11.
That's
So,
an 11.
An 11. All
Can
right,
I
very
get
good.
down, Mr. President Ernst?
I mean, it's coming from beneath, so it'd be more of a get up. But
Get up, Mr.
still,
President.
Warren, your instinct for danger is first to go and try to protect, Bobados and drag them out of the way, but they're already gone. They've
like,
jumped. And now you're like, oh, shit. And then whoosh, a massive gout of flame just bursts up out of the ground. It seems like at random, but it's definitely like in your area as earth and magma just surge upwards and consume everything. Immediately, all moisture in your lungs is stripped away. And all of you made it, except for Ernst and Warren.
Oh no.
And so, everyone else is literally playing a game of the floor is lava, and you're trying to look for places where the cracks have not, erupted into flame. So, each of you everyone that succeeded, which again is everyone except Ernst and Warren, will only take 1/4 damage. From what's about to happen.
Boy. All right, I make the Terminator thumbs up as I sink into the lava.
So, it is going to be this.
Oh, boy.
Okay. 19 damage to Warren and Ernst, and only 5 damage to the rest of you.
There go my
And now-
temporary hit points.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I had exactly 5 temporary hit
And
points.
see, look, this is
Now, is
why you
this,
tank, so everyone has
This is
HP
fire
to deal with this.
damage.
This is fire damage, yes.
So what I
You have resistance.
3? I
You
do.
take 3, yeah. Okay.
So it beat me by 1 HP, so I'm at 0.
Oh, so Warren
Oh.
collapses onto the ground.
Got
However-
No,
singed.
Warren.
No Warren.
Warren, there are still lines of magma, and what I can do is I can actually draw a little bit. I'm just going to freehand some things here. Let's see. So, is it going to let me? So these are all coursing around in every direction. Da-da-da. Do one more here. Da-da-da. And then splitting off like so. Okay. So that's about, roughly where they are. Everything is now dangerous terrain.
Whoa.
And if you move, you risk taking more fire damage. So step carefully. But
Quite.
that is its turn. Bobados, you are now top of the line.
Whoa.
Warren
am I...
is down.
Oh no.
It's fine. It's better Warren than anyone else.
Such a brave boy.
Such a brave boy. That's what's Warren right there.
Wait, all
we
my
need to finish it off
snacks.
quick.
Oh my snacks!
I don't have anything left. I'm gonna give him a snack.
It'll be fine. Look, or Ernst will just yell at me and I'll get back.
Oh my
Accurate.
gosh.
Accurate.
Okay, Bobados is gonna do the Hachi Chachi Eldritch Blast again.
Okay.
The- the-
Do it to it. And remember, you get to do 2 of them. That does hit. It does 1 damage.
I flick him.
You got another one. That does not hit just.
Wait.
So, 1 force damage. Do you move anywhere? Or do you do anything else?
You said when we move, there might be a chance we're in danger.
So everything is dangerous terrain. Let me pull up what the full rule is on that. So, so difficult terrain is what it is. Not dangerous. I'm mixing up games here. So, difficult terrain means that I hate these big long articles that don't explain it. Okay, so you move at half speed in difficult terrain.
Okay.
So in other words, if you would normally be able to move 30 feet, you can now only move 15.
Okay.
We'll play a little safe. I like the grand spectacle, but we'll play a little safe for once, just in case. All right, I need javelins. Javelins. Here you are. I get an advantage on this.
Huck it.
Huck it. Assuming I can.
Come on, Warren.
Come on, Warren.
Nat 20.
Come on, get another 20.
Yeah!
Okay.
Jeez.
For a hit of a 27, I think that does hit. Let me check. Yeah, I did.
Oh, yeah, let me just check.
Okay, 10 more points of damage. Does Ziat wish to use his lightning thing?
Is Ziat even in
Yeah.
range to do this lightning thing?
I'm sorry.
I said, is Ziat even in range to do the lightning thing?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, it's 30 feet.
30 feet? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Savage that up.
sure. Let's see. Another little zap of 4 lightning damage.
The zat as the javelin strikes true, lodging itself into the armor of this strange elemental. And so that ends up being 14 more points of damage. Okay.
Because that was attack action, do I get my second attack?
I'll give it to you. Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta look back on some of these rules, but yeah.
That's all good. Oh, almost another 20.
Okay, that does hit.
All right, guys, I'm out of javelins.
But the fire elemental is not out of fire, despite
You might
taking
not be able to
nine
pick
damage.
these ones back up because they might be on fire.
This is fine.
Yes. So, however, with that flurry of attacks, as Warren previously, just a moment ago, was face down on the ground, he comes up, launches 2 javelins, ducks back under cover, and the fire elemental, the flame inside of it is beginning to sputter and fail. However, it is going to have one last chance to spite you all. You wish to do the thing, Ibnixis.
Do I?
Do it. Now's the time.
If you do it, I want you to describe it, because I think it's going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Go for the cool. Go for the cool.
Yeah. Gosh, she's just being so reckless at this point. Alright. So, as Warren throws his second javelin into the elemental and he goes to duck behind cover, there's like this sudden like yellowy glow that kind of starts to emanate from around Ibnixis. And someone else may notice like Ziat himself is also kind of starting to glow a little bit. For Ibnixis, everything starts to slow down dramatically to the point where it almost stops. Whereas everyone else will see she almost just kind of vanishes. You know, one moment she's standing here next to Warren. The next, she takes off and lands on top of the platform directly in front of the elemental. And she moves here within like a blink of an eye.
She activated the Sandevistan. Oh, you haven't seen the Cyberpunk show, have you?
Nope.
No.
Well, then that one's just going to fall on deaf ears. That's okay.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
in a blink, Ibnixis has relocated. And what do you do when you're there?
She just throws another rock at the elemental. Like, hey,
Okay.
dumbass, I'm right here.
Right here.
Very good. That will draw the elemental's ire, who does have disadvantage on his first attack, but not on all 3 of its attacks.
It's fine.
Here we go.
It's fine.
Its first attack
Famous last words.
is going to go at Ibnixis as it recklessly summons another fire javelin and throws it at the tiefling.
Oh,
That is with disadvantage, so it's the 7 plus 7 is 14. Does that hit your AC?
Just misses.
Just miss. You You duck and feel the heat right above your head as the fire spear lodges itself and crackles into nothingness against the other wall. It summons another one. This time, no disadvantage. An 18. Does that hit your AC?
That hit.
Okay. And then finally, the last one, it is actually going to... so it can't see Urus. It can't target Urus because Urus is in cover. Warren is also in cover. Bobados is an option. Zyat is an option. Ophelia and Adre are not. So, it's going to launch its last one at Bobados.
Oh no.
Rude.
No!
Get a 26. So, I'm going to roll the damage for Ibonixus first. Plus this is only 8 damage.
Well, is that fire damage?
That is, let's see. It is 6 points of piercing and 2 points of fire. So you'll take 1 point.
Okay, so it'd be 7. All right.
Yes. And then against Bobados is going to take 11 points of damage.
No.
Toast Toad.
No.
As Bobados dancing upon the pillar is struck.
You said 11.
Yes.
Bobados equals Toastados.
Toastados.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Speaking of Toastados, Toasty Toes, we're going to Bobados' turn.
Bam.
Bam.
What do you do?
Oh, I feel spicy.
Excellent.
Almost like I could give it back with more Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
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 That does hit.
Frog legs.
Yeah.
That does 2 force damage.
2 finger.
Sorry, Toad.
2 finger
Yeah,
guns. Do it again. That does hit. So close to a crit.
We're flirting with crits over here.
That does 8 damage. This creature is not looking very good. The armor is beginning to actively fall off of its diminished form.
Okay.
Is there anything else you would wish to do with your turn?
Yeah,
Wah!
Boing! As Bobados jumps from the pillar and takes cover. Then finally we have Ibonixus. As this creature rages and the fires around you still burble and gush gouts of magma, what do you do?
Get him.
Yeah.
Shoot him. Kill him. Punch him in the face.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Maple. Looks like you guys stubbed your toad.
Boo.
That's perfect.
Man, I don't want to use a spell slot, but I might.
That's fine.
All right, so, we're gonna do it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Hunter's Mark
Okay.
on the elemental.
Very good.
Oh god. And then she's going to pull out her short bow instead, being so close. And take a shot. For 25 to hit.
That does hit.
Okay. Then I'm going to also use Favored Foe.
Okay.
So that's, I think, 1d6. Yes, so,
So you're
okay, so we're gonna
Casting
roll
an extra
damage.
2d6. Yeah, roll the damage and then roll 2d6. Okay, so 7.
So
Plus 7 is
14 altogether.
Okay.
And then we're shooting again.
Okay.
27 to hit.
Does hit. You still
Alright.
get Hunter's Mark, yes. So
I
6.
do. I still get both of them.
Oh, you still got both, so another 2d6.
I do. So
There's
17 damage.
Okay. How do you want to do this?
So at this point, Ibby is just aggravated at this dang thing because it's hurt all of her newfound friends that she's come to care about so much. So as she leapt onto the platform, she takes the hit from the fire javelin trying to brush it off the best she can. She raises her bow, shoots it, and then when she shoots again, she hits it in the exact same spot, which kind of pushes the first one through the elemental, and it kind of like explodes out the back and like it's over here and whatnot. As it just
boom! You get this very
breaks apart.
satisfying blast as fire gushes out its back from an open armor plate that has been burst apart by this double shot of rapid fire arrows, right in the weak spot. The creature roars out a final rage as quickly first its hands diminish into nothing, into just smoke, and then its head, and then its body, and it writhes as it finally collapses down into the magical embers that were fueling it for this entire time. The magma and cracked lines of the earth begin to slowly fade and cool, becoming hard, blackened stone as the heat from the area washes away. And even though it's still a very warm day here in this mysterious Fey jungle, it is much cooler than it was a moment ago, and the relief is practically refreshing. You have killed the elemental.
Oh,
Yay!
Oh.
Excellent.
Ooh.
And are now out of initiative.
Ooh, goodness. And I'm going to go ahead and guess nearly out of time.
We are, yes indeed. But I'll give you guys a last chance to kind of do any sort of little admin here, and then we can start to wrap up.
if we're taking a short rest, I'm blowing my hit die.
we're gonna definitely have to do that after, but I know Audrey is going to come and inspect the brazier, the big bowl,
Brazier.
and especially the
Boudoir.
magical coals that were inside.
It's a French word. It's brasier.
Brazier, yeah, of course.
While Andre is doing that, Ophelia's gonna walk over towards some of the lesser lizard folk, and she's gonna pull out a dagger and start carving out their spines and rib cages.
This
Delightful.
delightful.
Edgy. Too edgy for me.
Well, you know, taking the spines
How
while
do you think even Nexus could get these freaking arrows?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's true.
the little toadstool pigs eating them all, you know.
Warren, you do manage to recover your javelins. You managed to recover 3 of them. One of them was burnt to a crisp.
Oh,
What about the two in Bobo?
The 2... Oh!
Javelins.
Fire javelins.
No,
You
it
could
was
take
from
those.
the
Yeah, so I imagine you
the
pulled
lizard
those out
guys.
after you were struck.
Yeah.
Or you could have them just wobbling along inside of
Yeah.
your body. It's up to you.
Oh, that's
Uh,
awful.
Well, I know those were the ones that caused the harm that made him go invisible.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we could just say, like, while he was hiding, he took them out.
Yeah,
It's
that
like-
makes sense. That makes sense.
how many javelins did these lizard dudes have?
All in all, those that are serviceable, those that weren't, burnt up by the rush of fire magic that came from this creature, you could find like another, let's say, 4 serviceable javelins.
Oh, baby. All right.
You do also find Barry. Why don't you roll for me a 3D100?
3D100?
Yes.
Oh, baby. Warrenson is like, well, that was exciting. And just think, it's all downhill from here.
57, 95, and 83.
Okay, great. So among the lizards, primarily the chieftain and 2 of the bluish lizards that you guys defeated early on, you find 3 pouches of gold. 1 with 57, 1 with 95, and 1 with 83.
Oh,
Nice.
235.
If you'd all like to make some perception checks, I can also get you some other little bits of loot.
Oh, boy. Perception.
Yeah.
I think
How
I'm
do you,
terrible
Be-
at it.
how do you
be
spell
nice.
that, Riley?
How do you spell what?
Are we talking Lute or?
Oh no.
Some little bits of loot. Hold on.
Lote. Lote.
Lote?
Yeah, why not?
Whoa.
Dang.
Yeah.
Bulbados Snadre.
Little Hawkeyes.
I am also going to guide myself during this.
Okay.
I do have a question.
Yes.
Is the ground still lava-ish?
It is cooling off rapidly.
Okay, good.
There's some spicy
I
spots, but
got
otherwise you're
a-
okay.
22.
Andre has slipped off his boots and is enjoying
22,
the warm
okay.
stone
It's like, oh.
under his bare old man feet.
Okay. So let me pull up my.
Also,
generator.
I would say Ophelia would probably carve out like those 2 lizards that are close to her, not the chieftain.
Okay.
How many like bones would I get from them?
It depends largely on how long you guys stay here. So we'll kind of like make a note of that, and we'll address that the next time.
Okay.
Because if you guys do decide to take a short rest, I will say that you can spend your short rest, harvesting bones, and then that will kind of determine. But if you guys suddenly decide, let's just charge on, then probably not that many.
We'll definitely
we
need to
die.
rest.
Yeah. But we will cross that bridge when we come to it. Bear with me for just
Okay.
a moment. Okay, so we are going to start with who rolled the highest. So Ophelia with the guidance rolled, what was that, a 23?
Yep.
Okay, so with that, I always forget where my stupid charts are, or the ideal charts, because there's like a million charts, but there's some that are better for this sort of thing than others, and I always forget to bookmark them. Did I seriously just?
By the way, that is I added up all the gold that we found. That is 39 gold for each of us.
Oh.
Thank you.
You
Nice.
can all add
Thank yous.
39 gold. It's the first time I think I've given you guys gold in a little while. Okay,
Alright,
here we go.
39 gold.
So with Ophelia, if you would like to roll a 1d100.
Another one?
Yes.
Oh,
It's for the
jeez.
loot that you find on the chieftain.
34.
Great. You find a cloak. It is a very fine cloak packed away in the lizard man's pouch. It has some nice golden filigree and is made of a green cloth, a greenish forest green cloth.
Nice.
Okay.
And actually,
Now
I forgot.
we will,
I'm sorry.
if Adre and Bobados, if you would wish to roll as well.
Also, Riley, I forgot I still had bardic inspiration. Am I able to add that to my perception roll?
If you wish to.
Do I just
It's gonna wear off eventually anyway, so yeah, go ahead.
That was a D8.
Yes.
Oh.
And then Bobados, if you wish to type /R and then space 1D100.
I was close.
I'm like 99% sure I know exactly what kind of cloak this is, but Riley has surprised me with different kinds of magic items before, so.
I have. So Ibidixis was 16, and then Warren had 12. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So Adre with 87.
Yeah.
So you find a loot.
Oh, well,
Called it.
You can't use that.
Lute. Loot. It is actually quite exquisite, and you don't find it in amongst the lizards, but actually in a series of boxes that are kind of hupped up against one of the walls that have been kind of covered with some foliage to disguise them.
Okay.
Squeeze it.
Nice.
Squeeze it.
He is gonna hold it up and he's like, I got the loot.
I got the loot. And then he chuckles to himself.
Yeah, couldn't help himself. I got the loot, old man laugh.
Yeah.
Warren will laugh, and he's like, "Oh, I get it.
I get it.
I get
And then you would have to immediately look down at Bobados and go, what was the joke?
That was the joke.
Yeah.
What was the joke? I didn't actually get it.
Bobados, you got a 30, so you have you find a beautiful little brooch in the shape of a silver shield.
Ooh. Neat.
Neat.
So that brings it to who else do we have in this party? Oh yeah,
Nixus.
Nixus. Go ahead and roll a 1d100 if you would, please.
Nixie.
Cool. Oh, that's the wrong dice.
That is the wrong dice.
62? Wow.
23.
Bam.
Okay. Okay. Bear with me for a minute, because I need to look up a thing. You find a spell scroll.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Now, of that, I need you to roll 1, 2, 3. Wait, are these? Yeah, these are all. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Roll a 1d24.
Okay.
Try it again.
How
/
do I do it? /R.
Yep.
Wow. 1.
So
Jesus Christ.
you find a spell scroll that says it is for a spell called Animal Shapes.
Oh. Ooh.
Okay.
And finally, Warren, if you wish to roll a 1d100.
Everyone's favorite baking-related spell.
100.
Okay.
Excuse.
What?
What? Barry, you're breaking up.
No, I'm just. Do I read my freaking DM?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Warren, you find a
Nothing.
a potion.
Oh, is it a potion of smarts?
No.
No, okay.
Yeah, so it's interesting, this potion, because it looks empty. But when you swish it, when you like move it, it feels like there is indeed liquid inside of it.
Warren not realizing, like, I found an empty bottle. Oh.
Oh.
I got a rock.
Got a rock.
Yeah.
Oh man, everyone wants me to drink it.
I mean, you could.
Yeah, I could waste it. It's like, cool. You get like plus 10 HP for 5 seconds.
For 5 seconds.
For 1 round. Oh baby.
Yeah. So that is the loot that you find: the gold, the various magical items, and inspecting the embers, the coals that are left behind. Adre, looking at these, they are roll an Arcana check, if you would, please.
I don't know if I'd even be able to use the spell scroll.
So that's a nice thing about spell scrolls, is that they are a way to make it so that anybody can use them.
Is that how that works in this edition?
I think so.
Oh.
They keep changing my D&D.
They do. I think wands are a little bit specific, but spell scrolls are a little bit more more usable.
If the spell is on your class's spell list, you can read the scroll and cast it without providing any material components. Let me see.
It was
Something else. There's more to it.
It was the on the class list that I was looking for.
If the spell is on your class list but is of a higher level, you must make an ability check using your spellcasting ability modifier to determine whether it cast it successfully. DC is 10 plus spell's level. On a failed check, the spell disappears and the scroll disintegrates.
Aha!
I remember back in 3rd edition, as a rogue, you could convince the wand or spell scroll that you were a mage.
I remember
Wait,
that. That was pretty great.
I
that?
think so.
No, I'm definitely a magician.
At the
Oh, yeah.
DM's own choice, they can't have it so you don't need the correct spell list. Like, you don't have to be the class, but that's up to the DM. So.
Yeah. So Adre, roll an Arcana check for the embers that you see in the bowl. I didn't see that show up yet.
Sorry, that was for me, right?
Yes.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah!
Yeah! Make it up for those ones.
Yay! So these are coals of ever-burning.
Ooh.
There are about 10 of them. They are always burning hot, and require a either somebody that's immune to either somebody that is immune or has resistance to fire damage to handle with their bare hands.
What do you know?
Well,
They are always an ideal temperature for cooking food, so instant grill wherever you are. And they are being used as a catalyst to siphon their power into the elemental to give him even more power.
We need something that we can carry these in. These are hugely helpful.
Worry about that next time.
Yes, we will. Okay.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So,
Yeah.
you don't need
thank
any
you
further
guys so
D100
much for
rolls, right?
watching.
It's all good.
That I believe. Oh wait, Uris, did you roll a perception check?
I did not.
Did you want to?
Yeah, sure. Did you want? It was a perception check you wanted.
Yes.
All right. Let's
It kind
just
of
toss
determines the loot table that I go off of.
This. Ah. There you go.
Okay. Well, go ahead.
Of course, this is where
I'm
we
getting
pull out our
real sick and
20s.
tired of these natural 20s. All right.
You wanted
Making
a
up
nice
for
high
that
roll on
first
this one,
session Where
right?
I almost died.
Okay. Wait.
You
let me
get
see.
a scroll of wish.
So you find a beautiful golden medallion.
Ooh.
This medallion has an eye shape on one side and a skull shape on the other.
Interesting.
It also comes with a golden chain. That's about it.
Well, we're gonna figure out what this does over the short rest, so we can get back to that.
Yes, we will. So let me add that to my notes. But otherwise, I'm going to start saying my goodbyes. I want to thank you guys so much for watching and joining us. Snowy, Ifany,